Garden tour, and I just really love all the flowers in the garden. The yellow ones down there are blanket flowers. We have them in different colors, and then these big pink ones are called cosmos, and every year they just kind of seed themselves and come up again. And there's a little lighter pink cosmos down there that didn't grow as big. I don't really know why. So there's more blanket flowers. Those are red. And then here I have some lovely zinnias that I grew from seed. I got a late start, so I should have started them much earlier. And these yellow flowers here are called helianthus, and they pretty much start to just grow all over the yard. Over here we have, just more of the same, and a lot of the red blanket flowers. Those are Mike's favorite. And this here is called rose campion, and that's the back of our shed with all the junk in it. These are the buds of a hardy hibiscus, and this is one of the flowers. It's just gorgeous, so pretty. And that's down our hill. Oh, and look there's a butterfly on the butterfly bush. That's just beautiful. Oh my goodness. So this is a butterfly bush. We have two of them, and our friend Donna grew them from seed, and they're wonderful. And there's one of the zinnias that I grew from seed. And this thing here is called a sedum, and it's a fall bloomer. Really beautiful. This little guy, I put him in a cage. He was a casualty of the voles that are eating everything in our yard. But there's one of the pretty asters, and these two plants grow really tall. I think we found them in the woods somewhere and brought them home. So there's more of the helianthus, and those pink things on the hill, those are some I can't think of the name of them. I will. Portulacas. And I figured they'd be happy there. This is Mike's favorite bush. It's a 9-bark called a coppertina. More butterfly bush from Donna. Wonderful, wonderful. There's some cone flowers. There's some coreopsis, another thing that we found in the woods. Here's another one of my beautiful, beautiful little zinnias. And we're so proud because this year this hydrangea had more than no flowers, because usually it just has none. All right, that's a hanging pot. These have already bloomed. They're really lovely though, but they're past. Oh well. Oh, I just think a frog jumped by. Yes, he did. Let's see if we can find him. There he is under there. Can you see him? Yeah, a little frog. It's called a wood frog. They live in the garden late in the season, especially if it's been moist. And it really has. There's a hummingbird feeder. And boy, what a mess that makes. The hummingbirds fight each other for it. And this is a new one because I broke my last one. But this one doesn't really attract the ants as much. So I'm kind of happy. This is a threadleaf coreopsis. And I trimmed it. And so it's got some new flowers. And this is the belle of the ball. This is another kind of a hydrangea. It's absolutely gorgeous. It starts out snow white when it blooms in the summer. And then it just darkens to this beautiful, beautiful pink color. Whoops. There's a bee enjoying some of the sedum. And if you see that down there, there's a hosta. It just has a few leaves because the deer ate the other ones. Because that's what they do. And back there we have some more of the sedum. And this is a lovely flowering bush called a spirea. And the leaves are all different colors. And here we have a rose of Sharon that we transplanted here. One half of it died, but this half lived and it looks pretty good. Over here I have some perennial sunflowers. They're not really perennials, it's just they reseed and they come back every year. They're really kind of wild. The bugs have eaten it through the leaves. These are my tomato plants, and all of those yellow tomatoes are ripe now. Not everything comes out really great in my garden, and I don't really even care, but it's fun. These are my little babies, and some more little babies. I love the babies. And here's a rose plant that Mike got when he had his heart surgery, and it just kind of keeps coming back and blooming again. Oops, Oh, these lovely flowers are called bee balm, and they do attract bees. They're pretty much done now, but they're gorgeous. And over here, oops, you can see it there. We have a cucumber. That's a trailing cucumber. There's another one down there. And then I have my basil in here. I have some, what's that, parsley that Mike likes, and more basil. But, oops, another zinnia, a different color. And look at these babies up here. These are so tall. They're taller than me. And this is called Heliopsis, and it's actually a perennial sunflower. And I found them over by the power lines and transplanted them here, and now they're kind of a pain in the neck. And there we have some more cone flowers. They're kind of getting beat up the end of the year. And this is another perennial called Helianthus, and it's just kind of spreading and growing all over the yard. And whoops, it can get big, and it can also be small. And there's the good old black-eyed Susans. They grow everywhere. And these, of course, are more zinnias. I'm waiting for them to bloom. So more of the Helianthus, which is like Heliopsis, but different. And look at that gorgeous zinnia. It's beautiful. That one is going to start, and that one's kind of over with. It's called, I think, the giant zinnia. There's one called Cut and Come Again. This is a beautiful thing. This is another thing. This was just growing here. It's got really pretty leaves if you look at them. And it has this, flower that's kind of fringed. And it's a sort of a Rudbeckia. But it's really gorgeous. So, that's pretty much everything that's in bloom now. So I just wanted you to see it. Bye.